Best Jigsaws 2023. Every tool collection should include a jigsaw because of its portability, versatility, and ease of use. The smooth cuts of some models are wonderful and don't shake your arms, but heavy vibrations and jumpy cuts are common among other models. Before you buy any jigsaw, see the following reviews that compare the best jigsaws available today. Number 1. BLACK+DECKER Jig Saw. Budget-friendly jigsaws often come at the cost of capability and features, but that's not the case with this model from BLACK+DECKER. This cord model features a 5.0 amp motor, more powerful than the Pricer Makita we tested, that produces up to 3,000 strokes per minute via a pressure-sensitive trigger. And with tool-less blade changes, switching U-shaped blades is fast and straightforward. This BLACK+DECKER jigsaw features the brand's curve control, a clearly marked dial that helps users to choose between straight cutting, or no orbit, and maximum orbit for working along curves. While powerful, it did splinter wood in testing because of the wide opening around the blade, and accuracy did prove to be a bit of an issue. When beveled to the max, the saw's power felt sluggish, but that would likely improve with a better quality jigsaw blade. Those points aside, for the price, this is a good saw for beginners to learn with. Pros. Affordable price point. Setting designed for cutting curves. Toolless blade changes. Cons. Fan blows into the face while looking at the right side of the tool. Number 2. DeWalt 20V MAX XR Jigsaw. If you already own another of DeWalt's 20-volt tools, this jigsaw is a very good addition, especially when you buy it as a bare tool. Of all the saws we tested, the grip on this one fit best because it's narrow and felt almost like a drill/driver, very comfortable. The max speed of 3,200 strokes per minute was fast enough to blast through wood when set to the max orbital setting, though we did experience some splintering in tests. That somewhat lower speed and vibration, along with the comfy grip, helps stave off hand fatigue. We liked the excellent blade visibility, especially when cutting at 45 degrees, and the blower feature that kept sawdust away from the blade. The tool-less bevel adjustment locks in securely. On the downside, the DeWalt is not vacuum compatible, and it does not have a lock-on button, which would act like a cruise control during longer cuts. Also, while the shoe has detents that lock in at 0, 15, 30, and 45 degrees, only the 45-degree mark is clearly identified with numbers. Pros. Excellent power and cut speed. Comfortable handle design with intuitive buttons and switches. The biggest and easiest to use blade change clamp. Cons. Slightly slower stroke rate than similar priced saws. Number 3. Porter Cable 20V MAX XR Jig Saw. Orbital strokes allow jigsaws to work faster and more aggressively, and like a lot of the better saws, this Porter Cable orbital jigsaw offers 4 settings. Better yet, it doesn't have a premium price tag. Beyond the orbital settings, this saw features a heavy-duty 6-amp motor for hard work and prolonged use. For those long cuts, there's a lock-on switch to hold the trigger in place and act as a cruise control. The overmolded rubberized handle is comfortable, while the large rubberized section on the front of the saw makes for a convenient place for the second hand to guide the saw along cut lines. We liked the variable speed dial mounted on the trigger, but while performance proved similar to the Makita, the Porter Cable is nearly a full pound heavier and a bit bulkier. Also, this jigsaw doesn't come with a work light, dust control, or any additional features. It's a good saw, though fairly bare bones. Pros. Clear markings for degrees. Comfortable handle. Built-in trigger lock. Cons. Not able to complete the plunge cut. Number 4. BLACK+DECKER 20V MAX XR POWERCONNECT Cordless Jig Saw. Similar in shape and style to both of the Craftsman saws in this guide, the BLACK+DECKER BDCJS20B fails to impress. During use, the tool feels underpowered, forcing the user to push the saw a bit harder than usual in order to complete cuts. I do, however, like the fact that the only way to control the saw is by how hard its trigger is depressed. The harder you squeeze, the faster the blade speed. The cuts made by the BDCJS20B are very clean, comparable to the results derived from using our main pick, the DeWalt DCS334B, when cutting drywall. That said, the BLACK+DECKER isn't able to create a plunge cut. This saw might be a good choice for individuals only interested in cutting into lighter materials. Otherwise, you might want to consider a different jigsaw for your next project. Pros: clean cut on drywall. Trigger controls blade speed. Cons: underpowered. Number 5. Craftsman V20 * Cordless Jig Saw. I expected the battery-powered Craftsman CMES 612 to have similar performance to the corded Craftsman CMES 612. Unfortunately, this was not the case. During use, the Craftsman CMCS 600B provides surprisingly clean cuts through plywood and drywall. However, in order to complete these cuts, you might have to exert more physical effort than with the other jigsaws in this guide. It lacks the power needed to make cutting with it anything less than a chore. As such, I wasn't surprised to find that it was incapable of creating a plunge cut. Unless you are already invested in Craftsman's battery system, my best overall and value picks will serve you better. Pros: uses metal loop instead of plastic for blade retention. Safety lock on trigger. Make clean cuts. Cons: underpowered.